Hey, what's up you guys? Tally here, coming at you with another beer review, and today's beer review is going to be one from Bad Brewing Company out of Mason, Michigan. If you don't know where Mason is, it's about 10-15 minutes south of Lansing, Michigan, the state capital, and if you've never heard of Bad Brewing Company, it's because they're a relatively small, I'm not sure how old they are, maybe a couple years, relatively small brewery, and they don't distribute yet. I don't think they've canned yet. And I think they're just starting to bottle, actually. I've heard really great things about the beers that they're brewing, and when they announced their Black Friday release of their Imperial Stout in different variations, I had to have my buddy Colin go pick up a couple bottles for me. So he ended up going and getting their bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout with coffee variant for me, and then also their vanilla chocolate, and then their maple syrup bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout. So I'm super excited to try these. I've never had a bad, no pun intended, a bad beer before, so I'm super excited to try their Imperial Stout here. It's coming in at 11.8% alcohol by volume. Pretty cool label art here. Getting into what it says on the bottle here. It says a Russian Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels for 1 year, so a good long time. A full-bodied, extremely dark ale brewed with 8 different malt varieties. We then added local coffee from Rust Belt Rotisserie. Delightful. So I'm really excited to try it. I just took it out of my cellar. I didn't even put it in the beer fridge or anything, so it should be about 55-60 degrees, which is perfect for this type of beer. So without further ado, guys, let's get into a glass of Bad Brewing's Imperial Stout, bourbon barrel aged with coffee. Alright guys, so let's pour it into a glass here. Pouring out nice and thick, not super oily, kind of a really fizzy head, dissipating quite quickly actually, so that was interesting. Dark brown, you can kind of see some light through it, but not too much. No head at all, very cola-y, dissipated real quickly. Yeah, but like a dark brown. Right up front I'm getting hit with notes of bourbon, a lot of oaky bourbon. It reminded me of the fresh barrels of like Backwoods Bastard that I just reviewed. A good amount of roasty malt sweetness in there. I'm getting a decent amount of coffee too, pretty coffee forward. Good roasty, fresh kind of coffee like you get at a coffee house. Let's see. Yeah, mostly good bourbon barrel notes to it. A nice roasty, malty, sweet stout, and then you're getting some of that coffee throughout the whole thing, like a fresh brewed coffee. Yeah, it smells good. So let's get into a taste, everybody. Cheers. Oh wow. Okay, so the mouthfeel is a lot more thick and full-bodied than it poured out, and that it looks. It's coating your mouth with a bunch of different flavors here. We had tons of milk and dark chocolate here. Roasty, bitter coffee, roasty malts, like a dry, biscuity kind of malt too. Tons of barrel in this one, tons of sweet bourbon and vanilla. This isn't the chocolate and vanilla version, but you're getting a ton of vanilla in this. Coating your mouth, it's molassesy, syrupy. Not too sweet. There's a ton of good coffee and roasty malt bitterness in here to back up the sweet vanilla bourbon. It's making my lips sticky here. It's this is a good one. Yeah, tons of bourbon notes underlying throughout the whole sip of this one. Finishing with a good amount of alcohol. You can definitely feel this one and taste this one. 11.8% nowadays isn't super high for a bourbon barrel aged stout, but you can definitely taste it. And even as I talk here, it's coming back up with some alcohol heat. Yeah, super complex chocolates in this one. A lot of different chocolate flavors, not just the dark chocolate and the milk chocolate, but there's like if you've ever had white or like a Belgian chocolate, you get in complex notes of that kind of chocolate in here, which is interesting. I've never had that from a beer, like different chocolate notes. Good amount of roasty coffee to it. Bitter roasty coffee. Not too much though. It's kind of playing second hand to the stout. I would love to taste the base stout for this one. Yeah, to summarize this one, it's a very complex base Imperial Stout with tons of different malts. It said 8 different malts in this one. Tons of different chocolate flavors in this base stout, which is incredible. And then layered on top of that is coming off with a good roasty, bitter coffee that complements those sweet chocolate flavors, and then another level of sweet bourbon and vanilla notes just complement and add that to the top of it. So it's like a layer of really awesome base stout, some coffee that complements and cuts through the sweetness, and then that bourbon, vanilla, oaky chariness cuts through at another level of complexity. This one's really complex, guys. This is really good. I'm going to enjoy sipping on this bottle all night. Yeah, so guys, this is a winner from me. Giving it a number grade, I mean, I would have to, I know a lot of my beers that I review are in the upper 90s, but this one is right up there with 96, 97, definitely. I might even put this at a 98. Like, it's that good. It's so complex. The only thing that I could dock it is on the mouthfeel. I wish it was a little more full body. It's about medium to full, medium plus to full body, which is still strong, but I wish it was a little bit more thicker, a little more fudgy. But still a winner from me, guys. If you can get this one, I'd say definitely pick it up. Thank you again to Colin for picking me up this bottle and then the 2 other ones on Black Friday. I really appreciate that, and I'm excited to drink the other 2 to see how they differentiate from each other with that same super complex chocolate forward base beer. As always, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you really like this video and want to see more of my reviews and beer videos, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It's totally free. Comment down below. Have you ever had anything from Bad Brewing? Or what beer do you want me to review next? Is there a Michigan beer that you'd like to see reviewed? Let me know down below. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I appreciate it so much, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers, everybody.